President Davo passed away.
Peace to the gods.
Have you publicly commented on this yet?
Not really. I did make a post specifically dedicated to him, but no Diddy. He was a great guy, man. He was different, man. He was original. He was no Diddy. He was amazing, and he had his own ideas. He had his own identity. He had his own way about doing things, and he was genuine. Each time I seen the man, talk to the man, it was always original, and it felt genuine, and that's hard. Everybody want to follow the leader. Everybody want to be this guy. Everybody want to be that guy. He was himself. But of course he was, he's from Baltimore, so he was extra Baltimore, but he was still himself, and I respect that. And that's the reason why he's the only person I have a feature with in all my catalog.
Now, you mentioned this post. What social media platform provide the information, screen name, things of that nature, where those in the audience getting to know you for the very first time can actually go read that?
Yes. So that would be on Instagram at Danny Virgo, but it's Danny Virgo with 3 I's. And when you spell a Virgo, the I's there 3 times.
Now, do you remember how you two met for the very first time?
Yeah. We met at, I forget what studio it was. God forgive me. Damn, I wish my brain be. But it was a studio we was at. We was crossing paths, and he was basically like, he said my name like, yo, what da 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 da, because like in the city, like if you ain't like a Young Moose or him, President Davo, or there's a few of them, man. There's a few of them. I can't remember all their names at the top, but they're like top of the food chain. There's another brother named Young Scooter. But if you ain't like, people, they'll know who you are and they'll vibe with you, but they ain't gonna show you the love because you ain't technically commercial in Baltimore. We could just call it commercial because like that they like the top of the food chain. But he showed me love, and I was like, damn, I didn't even know you know who I was, and I just asked him like, yo, bro, well, if you vibe with me, you mind taking my information? We can make a song. And he was like, yeah, hell yeah, let's do it. Blah blah blah. We took each other information, and it was all she wrote from there. I made a song. I made a song at another studio, and then I sent it to him, and we was texting and everything. And he's just like, yo, here go my verse. And I heard it, and I was just like, this dude is amazing. No Diddy, he's amazing. Like, he didn't have to do that. He gained absolutely nothing from vibing with me like that. So I was just like, I respect that. And it was just like, I felt it. Like when I seen him, I really wasn't even gonna say nothing to him. I'm just like, okay, he's top of the food chain. He one of them. So I ain't even going, but I ain't gonna get in his way. But he straight acknowledged me and was like, yo, I like what you doing. Like, and it was mind blowing. So, yo, rest in peace to that man. He did what he's supposed to do. He came to Earth. He figured out his purpose, and he fulfilled the destiny for sure.
Now, was going to ask you this question, but you've already seemed to have answered it. But we'll ask you formally now, just in case you want to add on to anything that
Okay.
was said. And if you feel like you've answered it already, then we'll move forward with the next question. But the
Okay.
question formally that was going to be asked was, what was he really like?
He was funny, no Diddy, because I don't want to describe him all like, I ain't trying to more romanticize it or whatnot, only because he passed away. But he was to be honest, he was like a genuine, funny dude. He was cool. It didn't seem like he had like a big ego. Like I'm just used to people with that amount of tension and that amount of motion. It get to your head. You like, oh, I'm one of them. Because I'd have met a few cats out of Baltimore who, and they just like, it's hard not to be arrogant when you're that good, when you're making that much money, when you got this amount of women that's trying to parlay with you. You feel me? So I get it, but he was genuine. He was down to earth. So that did something for me. I was like, yo, this man is amazing. We was actually supposed to shoot a music video and everything. We was texting about it, and his untimely demise happened, man, and it struck me. I was out the country when I heard it, man. I was just like, it was hard, man, because I'm on a beach. I'm drinking some goddamn, excuse my language. I'm drinking some reposado mixed with the orange juice. I'm feeling good, and I got the news. It was like nighttime, and yeah, rest in peace to President Davo.
Okay, so let's break this down a little bit. What was your last correspondence to him?
My last correspondence was like, yo, that verse was hard as shit. That bitch was fire. You know what I mean? I'm like, that shit was hard. He hit her with the, I can't show no love to her. Kiss her, get no hugs to her. Oh, I love my plug boy. He's still sending drugs to us. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just good at what he do. And I was just like, cause he didn't have to go that hard on my song. He could have just gave me a bullshit verse. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, be happy with that, cause I'm President Davo, you Danny Virgo. You like you niggas know about you, but niggas know about me for real. He's kind of like, you know, he know more than just right here or right there. He's like international with it. So yeah, from my perspective, I could be wrong.
So was this a text message between you two?
Yeah, I got the messages. I got the messages for sure.
So how long do you think that last message took place before his passing?
Damn, if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to give a specific date and be wrong, but I got it in my phone, and my phone is right over there and it's off. But I would say before his passing, I would give it like a time.
Super
I
rough estimate
I
here.
would say like 6 months, because he went to Atlanta. Which we're here right now. He went to Atlanta, and he told me he was with his people or something like that. He got family. He got family here in Atlanta, and he was just like, "Yeah, I'm about to be back around this time," and da 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 da. And I was like, "All right, cool." And we were supposed to make it happen, but people busy. He making money. He doing this thing. You feel me? Got a lot of people pulling at him. So when you get to it, then I'm like, all right, cool. We're gonna do it this time, and then supposed to do it again. Never got to it then. So then I just kind of like, all right, I'm gonna wait for him. You feel me? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna pop back in, but I'm gonna give him some time. I ain't gonna keep asking him. He a grown man trying to make shit happen. So like another 2 months or a month went by, and I'm overseas, and I get the news that he was murdered. You feel me? So
Now, how many times were you physically around him?
oh shit. Physically, I would say shit. Really, it was only that one time. But no Diddy, I was texting him. You know what I'm saying?
So
I was like, like we used to text and just chop it up. You feel me? But I ain't like, he wasn't like my best friend. I ain't know him personally, but we was building off of the music. You know what I mean?
now what's the best advice you received from him? Or most important thing you learned being around him?
He said two words that like really gave me a lot of energy, and it was a lot of motivation, a lot of energy, however you want to word it. He said, keep going. Just keep going, you know what I'm saying? Like just keep going. Cause like my music is made for people who wanna make a change. You feel me? And that's not normal. A lot of people just wanna be comfortable. A lot of people they feel like they know it all. They stuck in their ways. My music is made for people who want change. I'm real vulnerable. I talk about all my traumas, what happened in my childhood, my mom, my dad, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard for people to listen to it and receive it because they got to look at themselves. So when he said keep going, it just made me think like, because I always think like, okay, I'm for these people, I'm not for these people. But it made me realize we all going through the same shit, and I just need to keep pushing it and get people to understand that we all going through the same shit.
Now, is this the only song between you two?
Yeah, that's the only song between us. We was planning a music video for it. Ah, damn, man. It was crazy, bro. It was this close. And I wanted to be like, truthfully, I never told nobody this, but deep in my conscience, I was thinking like, I want to make a whole album with him, because I'm like an album artist. I like to create bodies of work, and his sound and my sound just collide so perfectly. And no Diddy. And I was just thinking to myself like, yo, if we keep building, if I can get him to see that, like, yo, this could be a whole new sound. Like this could be a whole thing, you know what I mean? But that was in the back of my mind. Like I just put it in a file cabinet. I'm like, when we figure this out, we're gonna get a music video and we're gonna keep building. But I didn't have enough time. He passed away.
And for those in the audience, getting to know you for the very first time, what's the title to this song?
The song is called My Love, by Danny Virgo and President Davo. It's My Love. It's practically about a female who like want to convince you that she's all for you, but she's really outside, but she's like a genius. She's good at what she do. So it's like the song is practically like uh a rebuttal. It's like a response. Like, I'm not falling for your shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like I can't show no love to no bitch. Got a man, but she still sucking dick, trying to play innocent in a nigga face. When her friends come, shorty switch. Niggas need to stop worrying about a hoe. Niggas should really worry about the dough. Cause if you die, go to jail, shorty still fucking niggas. What? You ain't know?
And what platforms can those in the audience discover this on?
All music platforms: Apple Music, YouTube, Spotify, all of it. Amazon.
Now, the first time you two collaborated, was it strictly business, like a paid feature, for example, or was it organic?
It was organic, 100% organic.
No charge.
100% organic. And that's what made him so like, no Diddy, I keep like, but I was just like blown away because he was so humble, but he was like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was up there. He's like his status, he had a status symbol. He like one of them in Baltimore specifically, where we from, and he's just like, you good, you feel me? And I'm just like, I like this nigga.
Now, zooming out,
Okay.
where do you stand on that debate of paid features versus features at no charge, such as this example you provided?
Oh no, I'm not against it. I'm not against it. Like, it was a good brother named Young Moose. I was supposed to be working with, and he gave me a price, and I'm gonna get around to it. I'm gonna get around to it for sure. But you know, I'm not against it, but I'm just like like everything about me is just like I like no Diddy. I like connections. I like organic relationships. I don't like anything premeditated. I don't like anything that's like forced. So I'll get around to it for sure, you know what I'm saying? But that don't mean like I respect him as an artist. I like what he do. He's a great artist, you know what I mean? He's a great representation of, you know, the places we come from. He actually grew up in the same part of town I grew up in, down the hill, you feel me? So, my sentiment is just different, my sound is different. I'm coming from a vulnerable stance. He's like, he like gangster, he like real gangster. And I'm gonna keep it a bean, like, I got a lot of gangster tendencies as well, but I'm just thinking like what I like when I was coming up. I like the music that made me like feel like it understood what I was going through, And he got music like that as well, but specifically just talking about myself, I want a whole nother lane where I'm like, I could be gangster and tell you what I done, how I did it, and we can make it happen. But I much rather talk about my mental health and what helped me get through a lot of trauma, a lot of situations that a lot of people I feel like go through, but they don't have no outlets. And if they listen to my music and they hear it, then they go, I'm gonna try that too.
Now, anything else you want to mention about him or question you weren't asked? People want to know about him as well.
Man, uh, I don't got nothing specific. Like we wasn't that deep into it. You feel me? But just from my impression, you feel me? Everybody perspective is different, but I think he was. I think he was a genuine dude for sure.